Namaste, everyone. A very warm welcome to Yes Talks. The title today is Story Fun with Super Gods. And the speaker, Miss Ruchi Arora Mohan, is a passionate and dedicated holistic lifestyle and yoga instructor who has devoted her life to spreading the transformative power of yoga. Out of passion, post her corporate career of 17 years in media sales and marketing, she also took up storytelling and playback theatre, which work as great tools for both children and adults in aiding a therapeutic healing. With a warm and welcoming presence, Ruchi creates a nurturing and inclusive space for all. Welcome back, Ruchi, as a speaker on Yes Talks. Thanks so much for joining us. We all look forward to a lovely session with you. Over to you.
Thank you, Arinuma, and thank you so much to Yes Talks for having me back. So, storytelling is something which I discovered in the year 2020. I listened to a lot of storytellers, attended a lot of events, and I realized that children should actually, instead of going out for movies, they should actually go out for storytelling events where they see some real fun happening, and that's a time when they get transcended into a different world altogether. And when I explored this field, then I realized that the children are still getting it through schools, or the parents are exposed to these arts now, and they are letting their children experience it as much as the children need it. Even we as adults, we need to go back to storytelling, because some marvelous lessons and joyous moments are gifted to us through storytelling, which stay etched in the heart, and you can keep them treasured forever. So with this, on this note, I would like to bring a story which is very close to my heart, and it's a beautiful book by Devdutt Pattanaik, Shiva Plays Dumb Charades. So I would request all of you to come in the skin of as you are a 10 or a 12-year-old, and be in that skin for an hour, and let's enjoy. Let's try and enjoy and get the best out of it. So once upon a time, like when we were children, so when we used to meet as children, we used to play a lot of outdoor games. So when our parents used to meet up, so we used to go out in the gully and play things like cricket or badminton, or games like hooch neech, gilli danda. But unfortunately, the reality, the paradigm has changed for the children today. We don't have so many open spaces, and now when the parents meet up, so the children have to be indoors and they have to explore all the games indoors. So this is what happened when last Friday, Rahul's, Abhishek's, Mahi's and Pari's parents met on a Friday night to celebrate Abhishek's father's birthday. All the parents got together, and as we all know, parents have one very important thing to do, which is to talk, and talk. They have endless talks. And the parents got together and they started talking. The children were left on their own. Looking at each other, they cracked jokes, they played Antakshari, they even tried out different games with each other. And they explored different games where all four of them could come together and enjoy. So think of any game which has fours in it. They played carom board, they played Ludo, snake and ladders, even chess, and they even tried making shadows on the walls with one guessing the other. When they were all exhausted with all these games, all of a sudden, one of them said, "My Hindi teacher played dumb charades with us in the class yesterday. Do you know what the game is? And would you all like to play that together? Said Mahi. And just then Rahul screamed, "Oh yes, I know what is dumb charades, and I even know a lot of movies by Amitabh Bachchan. And I can even take out his voice." And all of them got excited and started screaming, "Dum, dum, dum charades, dum, dum, dum charades, dum, dum, dum charades, dum, dum, dum charades." While they were singing dum, 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 dum charades, there was a god up in the sky who was sitting in a meditative posture. Just the sound of dum charades shook him up. He winked his eye and he looked down upon, and mind you, this was not just God. He was gods of the gods. He was the god of the gods. He was not the Deva, he was the Mahadeva. And there, with this, all of a sudden, the Mahadeva jumped in between the children and said, "Hey you, I want to play dumb charades with all of you. May I?" Surprised at his sight, Pari said, "Aren't you the same god to whom Mama gives milk, water, leaves, my fruits? And tell me one thing, are you the same god?" "Oh yeah, I am the same god. Could you recognize me?" "Yes, I could recognize you. Tell me one secret. Do you like milk?" "I don't like it, but I have to drink it." "But do you enjoy milk? You get so much of milk." "Well, I like milk," said Shiva, "but I like it better when children drink it and when every child gets to drink it." So Rahul asked, "Do you know how to play dumb charades, Shiva? Or we will have to teach you the game?" "Ha ha, you would like to teach me? Well, said Shiva, "I know the game and I have so many puzzles and secrets for you all. Would you like to crack those secrets?" The children were excited and they were very confident that Shiva doesn't know Amitabh Bachchan. So on this note, Abhishek even asked him, "Do you know who is Amitabh Bachchan?" "Well, I know Amitabh Bachchan and I know his movies also, and I know Aishwarya Rai as well. So don't you think that I don't know who all are there?" And they were all excited to play dumb charades with Shiva, the Mahadeva. And with this, all the kids and Shiva were equally excited to play and begin the game. With this, Shiva started his first puzzle. He said, "Pieces scattered, small and grand, a mystery rests within my hand. Twists and turns, each piece a key, unlocking secrets meant for me. A dance of thoughts, a mental maze, in every step, a mind's true gaze. Bit by bit, the picture grows, in each connection, wisdom flows. The joy in finding where they fit, a journey marked by patience, wit. For in the puzzle's final view lies a story known to few." And Shiva told them that on me, look at me very closely, and I will be bringing a lot of puzzles for all of you. So just have a closer look at me and identify different things around me. And are you all ready to play the puzzle with Shiva? All of them screamed, "Yes, yes, come on, bring it on. We are very confident that we will solve each and every puzzle thrown by you." And there Shiva went with his first puzzle. "I am a secret in the palm of your hand, a silent power, ancient and grand. With fingers placed just right, I can bring peace or ignite a fight. What am I?" Would anybody like to take a guess on this? So the secret is all open in front of us. We just have to read and guess and try it out. All right. Sorry?
The crescent moon that our palms make, maybe.
All right. So let's unveil what was this. It is the Var Mudra, the Vardha Mudra. And Shiva said that if you look at my picture or my statue or my idol, you will always find me in the Vardha Mudra because I am always giving it to all of you. So with the Var Mudra, I give all my blessings and all my power to all of you. You just have to ask it correctly from me. And moving on. Now Shiva was really excited. So now the children were all the more geared up. He asked, sometimes full, sometimes half, sometimes just a sliver of me you see. What am I dancing in the sky, changing shape, up high and free? I think this is Ojaswini who says the moon. So let's try it out. What is it? Yes, it is the moon. And the children glared that, wow, so the moon lives on your head? And Shiva said, yes. And many a times you see the moon as a cup, and many a times you see the moon drowning from the top. So do you know what is a waxing and a waning moon? Did you learn that in your geography class? The children were embarrassed because they did not know the concept of the waxing and the waning moon. Shiva explained it to them that if the moon phase is shaped like the letter D, it is the growing, it is a waxing moon. And if the moon phase is shaped like the letter C, that means it is a shrinking, it's a waning moon. And let me tell you that this moon is not just the moon. This moon is your mood too. There are times when you are low, there are times when you are high. And when you pray to me, I try and fill you all with joy. And Shiva also shared with them that when this moon appears in the sky before the new moonlight, people pray to me, and that is the Shivratri. And when everyone prays on that particular night, it is called the Mahashivratri. So Shivratri comes every month, Mahashivratri comes once in the year. The children did not know that Shiva is full of so many puzzles and hidden secrets within him. With this, Shiva asked, are you all ready or you are scared to face more puzzles? The Mahi said, we are all ready, come bring it on. And these were pretty easy to crack. And now Shiva was there with the next puzzle. From the heights of the Himalayas I flew, through cities and fields where life does grow. Some sacred and pure, in legend I stand. What am I, worshipped across the land? So we have a sharp student in our group who says Ma Ganga and Gangaji. Yes, it is Gangaji. The children shared. Mahi asked, does the Ganga Ma flow from top of your head? Yes, she flows from the top of my head. And Mahi, you won't believe me. There was a time when Ganga wanted to jump on the earth just without my interference. And had she jumped on the earth directly, she would have caused so much of damage. The moment I saw she is jumping off on the ground, I stood in between and I matted my hair and I held her. I gave her away and told her to go across me so that she comes peacefully and does not destroy anything. And Ganga says that my real name is Bhagirathi. It was named so because of Bhagirathi's efforts, on whose prayers Gangaji came onto the earth. And I'm also known as the Tripthaga, as I flow in all the three worlds, the heaven, the earth, and the nether world. The children were surprised that from the heights of the Himalayas, the Ganga flows across the Shiva. They were all enjoying the different puzzles that Shiva was throwing around. And now, all of a sudden, Shiva was in a different avatar in front of them. And he said that I am the gesture of no fear, offering safety when I appear. In Buddha's hand, I make my place. What is my name in this sacred space? Can you guess the name of this gesture? Can anyone guess?
Abhay Mudra.
Sorry?
Abhay Mudra.
Yes, wonderful. That's right. So the moment, and then came the Abhay Mudra. So Mahi asked that, don't you mean by this mudra that we need to stop? Or isn't it a be quiet mudra? My teacher does that don't talk. You are close. But this is Abhay Mudra. When all the fingers unite, your senses come together and then you become fearless. Abhay means no fear. And that is why it's Abhay Mudra. And looking at that, all of a sudden, Shiva swirled. And he came in front of them, in his favorite dancer's pose. And he said, I am the symbol of love and care, yet I am also always there. I pump life in every part. What am I? Central to the start. So, without me, you cannot live. But love and care I also give. I am more than just a muscle, you see. What am I that makes you, and me, and me? And that's the heart which all of us can touch all across anywhere, at any part of our body, and we can feel this part, which is being felt, which is pumping in right in the center of the body, on the left side of the body, but sending the signal all across at anywhere you may touch upon. So Shiva asked all of them to touch anywhere on their body and feel the heart. So would you all like to do that? Just for a moment, just close your eyes and touch your anywhere and feel the heart, feel the pumping of the heart, the heartbeat. And yeah, Pari was excited. I could feel it in the toe. Rahul shared that I could feel it right on my chin. And I am the heart and I don't stop. So if I don't stop, make every moment big. Move with grace. Do not be scared of movement. Move with grace, move with time, move with compassion, and move towards the divine. And with this, Shiva swirled. And he came into his dancer's pose, the Nataraj pose. I am always ahead, never behind. Yet something you will never find. I move silently with endless grace. What am I in every place? Do we have any answers? Saurabh says time. Okay.
The snake around his neck.
Okay. So Pari guessed that, is it the earth? Because that's everywhere. Wherever I go, I see the earth. Or is it the sun? Because even the sun is visible wherever I go. Checked Abhishek. Well, you guys are close, but not correct. So let me give you a hint. You try and carry it with you all the time, on your hand or your wall. But still you lose its space. with a wink of an eye. Rethi ji says shadow. But Saurabh guessed it right. Saurabh ji guessed it right. Yes, it is the time. And Pari also guessed it. Oh, it is the time that you are talking about. Because when I play with my friends, I lose a track of time. But when I have to do my homework, I can feel every moment of that time. It never seems to end. Ah, Pari, you are just small by your age, but by your wisdom, you've already touched the skies. And you are absolutely right. So when we do things we like, the time just passes by. But when we do something which is not dear to us, it seems to pass by so slowly. But you don't have to be scared of time. Do everything in a fun way, and you will enjoy time every time. And suddenly, there was a sound, and that was grrr, grrr. Who was that? I am a small and green with a sneaky grin. I hide in shadows, love, mischief, and sin. I got treasures deep within a cave. What am I that makes the brave misbehave? So where is this grrr, grrr coming out from? Can anyone guess? So that's the sound. That's okay. Do we have any answers? Okay. Snake. So this sound is coming from the creature that Shiva is standing upon. Can you see that? And that's the goblin of forgetfulness. I am the goblin of forgetfulness who is very naughty. With one encounter, with one mistake, it will make you forget all the good things about a person or a thing. And doesn't that make you angry or upset? And we get upset, we simply forget, and good and bad things happen. They both follow each other, just like the waxing and the waning moon. We all flow in and flow out like a river, said Shiva. So this goblin of forgetfulness, so he asked Abhishek that when Mama gives you good food throughout the week, do you appreciate her? Abhishek says, no, I enjoy the food. And one day if Mama gives you food which you don't like or you don't find tasty, what happens when you come back to home? Well, that day I do tell Mama that the food today, that whatever you gave was not tasty at all, that why did you give me that food? So that's the goblin of forgetfulness playing in you, where you forget all the good things that Mama did for you, but you did hold on to what she did not do for you. And Abhishek realized that how the goblin of forgetfulness makes him forget all the good things that his friends, his parents, and his teachers do around him. And we all are victims to that. And all of a sudden, now Shiva was there in a pretty avatar standing in front of them, with one ear dangling huge earrings and the other having hoops within them. I am neither one nor the other, yet I am both. I am the dance of strength and grace, the blend of fire and water. In me, logic and intuition embrace. I am found in every heart and mind, a harmony that transcends all kind. Who am I? And suddenly, Priya says, Ardh Nareshwar. Absolutely beautiful. And suddenly, because Shiva was dangling his earrings with one ear having the female earrings, the other ear having the male earrings, the children were surprised. Do men even wear earrings? Rahul shared that, yeah, I went this summer vacations when I went down south and I visited temples. I saw many statues wearing beautiful earrings, and that too, men's statues were wearing beautiful earrings. So I think men do wear earrings too. And Shiva, do you also wear earrings? And why different earrings? One, a different style, a bigger one, and one, a smaller style, a different one. Well, Shiva said, you may think that I don't have a sense of fashion, but that's true because I don't need much clothes and jewelry, but this is just by choice. What choice? I mean, what's the logic behind different earrings? I have always seen Mama wearing same earrings in her ears. Well, this is to tell all of you that every human being has a man and a woman, a him or a her, and I love both of them equally. Do you mean to say that my dad also has a woman in him or a womanly side? Ha ha ha. I don't believe so because I have never seen Papa wearing a sari or something. I have always seen him trousers and a shirt. Well, yeah, so the woman in him, said Shiva, is in the form of his energies. We all have masculine and feminine energies, which keep playing games at different times of the day. So, this time when you meet your Papa or Mama, you try and figure out the different part of them that you have still not seen in them, but you can always feel it around. And with that, the children were really excited because the puzzles were not ending and the puzzles were they were really enjoyable. With this, Shiva came with a sound, dum 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 dum. I have a skin but can't feel a thing. When you strike me, I start to sing. I have no mouth but a voice I share. What am I that fills the air? The answer is right in front of you, which is a damru. And Shiva said, I hold the damru in my hand always. Do you all see that? Have you ever observed that? Mahi said that, but I have always seen the damru in the hand of the uncle who brings the monkey and he makes the monkey dance. So is he also Shiva? Or why does he hold the damru? Oh, you got it right. He holds the damru. Exactly, that's the same reason. I also have a monkey in me, and so do you. Monkey within me? I am a beautiful girl, little girl. Where is the monkey? Well, the monkey is in your mind, which is the monkey mind. Why the monkey mind? The monkey is always jumping. Have you ever seen a monkey resting sometimes? Very rarely. So do I think so, said Abhishek. Well, that's why the mind is called the monkey mind. And I use the damru or a beautiful music to tame this monkey mind and put it into some restful condition so that it does not keep thinking and it does not keep jumping from one thought to the other. It's a task of the mind to keep jumping from one thing to the other. So tell me, when you are doing your homework, what else are you thinking of, Pari? And Pari confessed that whenever I am doing the homework, I am wondering that what is Mama going to serve in the dinner. I also wonder that what am I doing on the weekend and where is she taking me out? And in between, I keep checking with her on all these things so that all my checklist is taken care of. But so I must say that when you are doing your homework, you are not just doing your homework, but thinking of 10 different things. And Shiva, I also do the same thing, said Rahul. When I open up my laptop to do an assignment, I have 10 screens open in front of me. So do you mean to say that I should close down the 10 screens and just stay on one screen that I need to work on? Yes, when you do that, you actually tame the monkey mind, which is making you wander from here to there and doesn't let you stick to one moment and make that moment strong and beautiful. And with this, the children were now aware of the secret of the monkey mind and why they keep jumping or they keep thinking of endless thoughts in their minds. With this, Shiva came into a different roop altogether. And he shared that I can bring warmth or turn to wrath. I dance on wood and I leave ash. I can give light or cause fright. What am I? And Pari exclaimed, Shiva, why are you holding the fire in your hand? You might get burnt. Why don't you leave the fire down? And Shiva shares that fire is a sacred element, and I hold on to it to remember and remind everyone that we all have a limited time. This time, this life will come to an end. When we touch the fire, one moment seems to be so big, so huge. And just imagine that fire has the energy to burn down everything. When it can burn down everything, it can also ignite darkness. It can remove darkness and it can bring light all across. So if you use your moment with a spirit of enlightenment, you can actually create light. But if you keep on wasting your moments, you are burning down everything, every time that you have around with you. So I want you all to remember that this Sunday will finish off. You will eventually have to go to the school. And when you are playing here, you will have to get up in the morning and everything will come to an end. But all you can hold on to is the beautiful memories that you create in every moment. So whenever, every moment, in each and every moment, try and weave magic so that these memories are etched in you forever. And there was a complete silence where children were trying to absorb and soak in all the wisdom that Shiva imparted to them. And in that moment of observation and stillness, Mahi observed something amazing. She pointed out the dangling snake in the Shiva's neck. And she was scared. Isn't this an alive snake? And what is it doing around your neck, Shiva? I am a silent guardian, coiled and still, around the neck of the one with a tranquil will. I hold no fear, yet inspire dread, a symbol of life and wisdom ahead. The moment Rahul saw the snake, he intervened. Mahi, this is not a snake. It's a cobra. Look at it. Look closely. It has its hood on. It is a much poisonous form of snake. And Shiva, what is it doing around your neck? It's going to bite you. Ha ha, laughed Shiva. Well, when I tame down my monkey mind with my damaru, I become so still, that the snake sees that I am a mountain and it climbs upon me thinking that I am a still rock or a still mountain on which it can deeply rest. So if you see both me and the snake, we both are deeply rested. And I am no jungle man, but with this, I invite all of you to be meditative in everything that you do. So when you are meditative, when you are thinking deeply about every moment that you are pierced in, you experience life and you experience true life. And you may take actions, but in every action, when you seep in stability and you devote yourself to one thought at a time, you start creating magic and you do not end up wasting energy and you become so quick in your work. And with this, Shiva unloaded all of his secrets to the children. And the children were amazed to see the different secrets that Shiva was wrapped up in. And then Shiva asked them to go across the room and check out the different idols that were around. And now the children were looking at the idols of Durga the idols of Vishnu with a different perspective. That how many secrets our deities wrap up in their mudras, in their hair, in their skin, in their career, and they started exploring. And that is a game for some other time. And this is the silent cobra wrapped around the Shiva's neck. And some other time we do some other puzzles. So that was a story from the book Shiva Plays Dumb Charades. This is a series of Fun in Devlok by Devdutt Pattanaik. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed.
Of course, Ruchi, thank you so much for this beautiful interactive session and for giving us all a lovely, enjoyable weekend evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Participants, anyone wants to share something? Please go ahead, unmute yourself and you can speak up or put your messages in the chat box. Shri Vidya says, loved the symbolism and explanations. Very nice reading. Thank you. Arvind Ji says. Dr. Bijlani, sir, would you like to share something?
Thank you, Ruchi. You've been a part of the team for a long time now, but although had some vague idea that you do tell stories, but today there was a first-hand experience of how well you do it. And with that now, you have more commitments and assignments coming to you. Hope to have you again and again. I'm sure that single book itself that you picked up by Devdutt Pattanaik would have so many more stories which you can narrate. Very interesting way of bringing a bit of mythology as well as a philosophy of life with children. And that's what I really love. And let me just go back to the starting point when you said that there was a party going on and the adults were talking and talking and talking and left the children on one side. They split themselves into these two groups, adults and children, which happens so often. And they just assume that the children will be able to manage on their own, and the children did manage beautifully. And if at such points some child goes and interferes with adult conversation, then what happens? That's something that reminded me of that beautiful book, The Little Prince, where he says something like, when such a thing happens, then the adults always say, don't disturb me. We are talking about, I'm doing something important, or we are talking about something important and serious. And generally, it is something that really hardly matters. So that's what.
Yeah, it's a very beautiful book, sir, The Little Prince.
Maybe sometimes you can come in one of these sessions with excerpts from that book also.
Sure, sir.
There's so many comic points which are not just for children, but also in a very subtle, humorous way, make important points for adults. Some of these books are classics, like The Little Prince, or that book, Three Men in a Boat with a Dog, and that Richard Bach's, Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
Yes.
And Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. These books are really for at least as much for adults as for children.
Yeah. And in this book, The Little Prince, in the jokes of the little child, there is so much of sadness in his jokes, actually, which he is not expressing. He's expressing it as a joke, as a humor. But if we actually look upon it, so he's really sad that he's not being allowed to do what his heart really wanted to do. So time and again, he puts it in a very beautiful way. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So the recording of today's session and all the guest talks are published on our YouTube channel, Yes Spirituality. And we are present on the social media platforms also, Instagram and Facebook, with the same name, Yes Spirituality. Please visit and join us there. Thanks once again, Ruchi, for sharing your valuable time with all of us. Thanks a lot. And thank you, participants, for being with us today. We'll close today's session now with a moment of peaceful silence. Namaste.